Hello, honorable members of the clan. So welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, let's address something that I see is becoming a theme on my channel. And of course, I understand why this is happening, because there are a lot of people that are trying to change the narrative of what we are doing in South Africa as South African citizens that are under siege by illegal foreigners. And of course, there are going to be people who are not going to like this topic. And some of them are pretending to be South Africans because they are saying other things that are happening in the country and they think I have not addressed it. For example, the Cape Independence. What about the Cape Independence? Can you talk about the Cape Independence? Craig Phil, whatever his name is. And I keep saying I have addressed this more than 3 times on this channel. Like some of y'all would like to say, go do your research. And I am saying, go down on my videos and you will come across those videos where I even challenged the Minister of Home Affairs to revoke Phil Craig's naturalization status as a South African citizen whom have been here for the past 21 years, 22 years, or whatever the case is. And clearly when he left the United Kingdom, I think he was disgruntled of one thing or another. In my head, I am assuming he probably found out that he does have some lineage or some relations with the royal family of Britain. Yeah, I'm talking about the Windsors. And then he looked and thought, I'm too far off from the throne, but I still want my royal blood to still be active and recognized. So where on the map am I going to? Oh, South Africa. All I'm going to do there, have a plan, get myself to South Africa, travel there several times and stay there for the duration of a threshold that allows him to become a naturalized citizen. And then once I am there and I am naturalized, like a Trojan horse, I'm going to release my ideas, my ideologies of cutting off the Western Cape and make it my fiefdom. That to me, that's the script. That finally he found a piece of land in Africa where he can be a king. South Africa is a constitutional democracy. This country went through it with your people, the colonizers, and then we had it with the Dutch people, and we went through apartheid, and we went through it. And then you think that in 2025, let's leave 2025. In the 21st century, you will still have a colonial mind to come and succinct a part of our country to make it your fiefdom. The people that you manage to convince, clearly, they are sheep. If you had to go over a cliff, the cliff, they will actually follow you. Anyways, those of you that are panicking over nothing, this is nothing. Craig Phil will never ever fulfill his wish to become a king in one of our provinces. Of course, he chose the most beautiful province in the country. Well, actually, the entire country is beautiful. It's not the Western Cape only. Yes, the Western Cape does look absolutely amazing. And I've said this a gazillion times that when I go there, I always come back feeling, oh, why, Joburg, why? That's how I feel every time I go down there. But we are not about it. South Africa is a constitutional democracy. This is our constitution, Act 108 of 1996. This book, and as much as it has a lot of flaws and a lot of broadened definitions, and we are working on it to make sure it's reviewed and amended to serve the people of South Africa, Phil Craig. And part of this guide, the supreme law of the country, which is the Constitution, you go to section 103, which is I believe chapter 6, on page 53. Yep, page 53, you have provinces. Yeah, and they are recognized by the Constitution of the Republic. And these provinces are, if I may read them for you. So this is section 103, subsection 1A to I, which reads, the Republic has the following provinces: the Eastern Cape, Free State, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, or KZN as we would call it, Limpopo, Mpumalanga, Northern Cape, Northwest, and the Western Cape. And if you want to change anything in this particular section regarding provinces, an act of parliament, yeah, the guys that are custodians of this very supreme law of the country will have to, 2/3 of them, I think it's actually more than 2/3 majority, have to vote in favor of Craig Phil, or whatever his name is, to succinct the Western Cape into an independent state. Like, this is laughable, because the person that wants to do this is not even a South African citizen, never born here. Because he has this colonial racist mind, he thought, I'm going to fulfill my dreams right there in South Africa to become the king. No, no, not here. Not in the 21st century South Africa, because we are a constitutional democracy, and each and every person that is in the Western Cape are protected by this very supreme law. And even if you had to hold a referendum in the Western Cape, I doubt that the people of the Western Cape, because the moment they vote yes, yeah, as long as you are not European, you are out of there. They'll kick you out. For now, they're going to lie to you and say, oh, it's going to be the people with common mind and people that love the Western Cape. No. All of y'all will be out of there. And if you want access to the Western Cape, you are going to have to get yourself a passport and apply for a visa. And as long as you are here, visa denied. The only people probably that are going to be invited in are going to be enslaved people that are going to be taken from South Africa. Do you see how crazy this sounds? This is crazy. Now, allegedly, this Craig Phil met with the US President Donald Trump regarding this very plan of his of becoming a king in a fiefdom in South Africa. And if this is true, this is interesting. This is very interesting, because to me, where I am sitting, it sounds to me like espionage. And espionage, in my own mind, that is high treason. Because not only you are committing high treason, but you are also disregarding the sovereignty of the country that gave you a soft spot to land on by naturalizing you as a South African citizen from Britain. And also, naturalization is not a right. It is a privilege that can be taken, Mr. Schreiber. And we have made videos about this, Mr. Schreiber, and we said this man is a danger to the sovereignty of the Republic of South Africa. You have the powers to revoke his naturalization status, send him packing back to the UK. But of course, if the minister fails to do that, guess who is the one that's supposed to defend the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa? We're talking section 103, subsection 1, I think. Where it talks about the Western Cape? I think it's I. Subsection 1, section 103, subsection 1, subsection I. The Western Cape. The President of the Republic of South Africa, you have all the powers invested in you to make an executive order by ordering your Minister of Home Affairs to revoke the naturalization status of Craig Phil and his family. back to the UK. And anybody that is a South African citizen that has joined this madness be charged with high treason. Is that difficult to do? Is that difficult to protect the people of South Africa from some nonsense like this Cape independence? Like, really? Why must everything be done when it's too late with this government? I don't understand, Mr. Ramaphosa. This is espionage. If indeed it's true he met with Donald Trump, even if the thought of meeting with Donald Trump, the intelligence should have been all over this already. By the way, they are in the wings of Cyril Ramaphosa, who clearly hates South Africans. And when I say South Africans, I'm talking black, white, Indian, colored, and South African Chinese type of situation. Mr. Ramaphosa, you're sleeping on the job again. You need to revoke the naturalization status. I can't even call him a citizen. Sorry. No citizen behaves in this manner. We've had apartheid. It was declared how was it declared again? Crimes against humanity. And he wants to bring it back together with colonialism. Seriously? But anyways, those of you who think that I am just only focusing on illegal foreigners because they are brothers and sisters, yeah, those that are busy rendered the people of South Africa, especially the youth, unemployment, I believe is sitting over 70%. Yeah, South African youth are unemployed because you want to defend those that are illegally here, employed, and able to feed their families month in, month out, while a South African youth, he or she is subjected to unemployment, probably ending up committing crimes, getting unalived, and the girls getting kidnapped by our so-called brothers from the west of Africa, money rituals. You already know the story. I don't have to repeat it to you. And I will not stop because I told some of them, you gotta buckle up. You gotta buckle up because it's not gonna end. So you can throw in Phil Craig, you can throw in the land thing that 72% of your land is still owned by white people, and the economy is still in the hands of white people. Why don't you fight that? Because, yeah, we get it. It's a weapon that you are using to shut us up regarding illegal foreigners that are committing atrocities against us, the host country. The disrespect that you're experiencing, you want us to keep quiet about that. That's not gonna happen. Sorry. But anyways, I thought, let me come back and readdress this issue. Phil Craig, being naturalized as a South African citizen is a privilege. And that privilege has come to an end, and it needs to be revoked by Schreiber or the president himself. Otherwise, let's take to the streets and call for him to be deported after his so-called citizenship has been revoked. The Western Cape is not a fiefdom. The Western Cape is a province, one of our 9 provinces of this country, and it is protected by the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa. Now, let's get back to what we are experiencing as a daily struggle and a burden. Illegal foreigners that are here in this country committing atrocities against us, the people of South Africa. You can come up with another one to try and shut us down. It's not going to happen. Anyways, don't leave this video without liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you next time in the new video. Goodbye.